Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Anne. Consider subscribing and smash that notification bell. So most of us African in diaspora, we are slowly but surely we're waking up to reality, and social media like YouTube and other platforms, it has connected us in the diaspora. We have come to realize that we are all facing similar problems, similar challenges, whether you're Nigerian, you're Ghanaian, you're from Cameroon, you're Angola. We're all facing similar problems in the diaspora. And the thing is this, we're all getting irritated, a little bit irritated by our entitled relatives back home. We are beginning to question things. We are beginning to balance the books. Some of our relatives back home, they are constantly demanding, constant. Some of them are constantly giving us family problem, they finish, whether a real problem, imaginary problem, we don't even know the difference, but we are constantly supporting them. And it is actually, over the years, the whole idea of supporting is, the load is getting too much and is affecting us here in the diaspora. So we are balancing the books. We're going to discuss like, how does this affect us financially? Why are we broke? Why you say you could not stay 20 years, 30 years in diaspora abroad and nothing to show for it? Some people have been here 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, so much years, nothing to show for it. And the funny thing is, when you go back home and you go and visit all these your relatives that are constantly struggling from January to December, you realize that some of them are now landlords, some of them are now landlady. They don't build house for Ekiti, Ibadan, Ogbomoso, Ikorido local government. They don't build house, and you're like, wow, like the thing is like a slap to the face. We begin to ask ourselves this question: where did all this time go? You've been abroad 10 years, 20 years, you came in your 20s, now you're 45. What happened? And time just flies, and we keep asking ourselves this question. Then we start to realize that we spent all of our time, our energy, our effort, our money on relatives back home that are now probably doing better than us. I mean, that is just the truth. I've spoken to so many people, and this is their reality. I want to leave a disclaimer in this video before we get into the meat of the story, that I would never discourage you from sending money back home. Personally, I also have a few people that I support here and there. So this story is not for you to grow hatred or resentment. Start thinking like, oh, these people are taking me for granted. No, please. I'm leaving a disclaimer. If you're supporting people, continue. We're just having a conversation, adult conversation. But we must tell ourselves the bitter truth. We must balance the book. Why is it that we in the diaspora, things may not be going so well? Why is it not going so well? You understand? And the thing is this, right? We spent so many decades in America, we spent so many decades in Europe, Australia, everything, and there's nothing to show for it. Nothing, no land, no property, no money in their account. Some people are even owing credit union. You are owing base left, right, center. Nothing to show for it. And the thing is this, that some of us, we carry too much responsibility. That is the gospel truth. That is the honest truth. We carry too much load on our head. We want to save our family from poverty, and I understand the logic behind it. Most of us that left Africa, we emigrated for economic reason. Most people, we want to escape poverty, and glory be to God, we have successfully escaped poverty. So we know what it feels like to live on less than $1 a day. We know the struggle, the hustle. So that thing is constantly at the back of our mind. We are constantly thinking about it. So when we come here, when we come to Europe or we come to America, we get a job. It doesn't even have to be a good job. The most important thing is that you get a job and you start earning in pounds. You're earning in euro, you're earning in dollar, and we start doing something. All of us, we do the same thing. We start converting. Every single one of us that ran away from poverty or ran away from, maybe you were in the middle class, now upon the ben go lower class, right? We start converting the money. We start thinking about that we are young millionaires. You say how much for for dollar now, or how much for pounds to naira now. For our head now, we are young millionaires. We start thinking of how many family problems to solve, because that is the way our brain has been wired. Yeah, we want to solve our family problem, which is a very nice thing to do. I'm not going to discourage that, And we forget one thing, even though we're earning in pounds, we're earning in euro, we're earning in dollar, we forget one thing, that we are also spending in foreign currency. We're not spending in naira. You pay your rent every month in pounds. You pay your taxes in pounds. You pay your insurance. People they carry bean. You pay everything, not in naira, in pounds. That is our mistake that we all make. Converting. Then we now start, whether our first mistake or our second mistake, the biggest mistake we start is that because we're earning so much money in our head, we then start putting people in Nigeria on monthly salary. It's not a lot of money. You say, are you maybe my brother? I'll give you 20,000 a month. You, I'll give you 5,000 a month. You, I'll give you 10. We place them on salary because we want to uplift them out of poverty. It sounds good in theory. It sounds very good in theory. And my mom always says something. My mom always say, never start what you can't finish. But because of out of the bounty of our heart, the joy of our heart, we don't think in the long term, we think in the short term. We want to help our people, so we put them on the salary, and this is salary we cannot stop. Because they get used to it, you can't stop it. And the money doesn't even look like a lot to you, because when you convert 10,000, how much is it in pounds? It doesn't look like a lot of money. You understand? And this is the problem that now starts. These people collect money they do not work for every month. It is sure in their bank. At the end of every month or the beginning of every month, this money is sure. And I'm not talking about old people, like when we're helping our parents, like our grandparents. I'm talking maybe like young people that are physically able. We place them on a salary that they do not work for, and we turn around and we they are entitled, to the extent that some of them don't even, when they see the money, they don't even call you to say, oh brother, sister, I don't see the money, oh thank you. You have to call them to confirm, wait, so we now turn around and say these people are entitled. Let us balance things well, right? If you look at, because I was thinking about this matter, and I was thinking that if you look at Oyibo, where they work for your money, and the one where they on door, where they collect benefit every month, every week, their behavior is different, the way they move is different. If you check them out of the two Oyibo, which one has the tendency to be more entitled? Which one acts more entitled? Oh, immigrants are taking our jobs, and then we go back to their country, they're taking our jobs. People that they are used to free money. We keep thinking that our people back home, they are acting different because of this, they don't appreciate those. But this is common, this is universal human behavior. When you take money constantly to get money that you don't work for, it changes your behavior. I'm not saying everybody, but most people start to act entitled to the money. They start demanding more. Say, it is human behavior. And the truth is that we Africans in diaspora, we have trained our relatives, able-bodied relatives, to be entitled to our money. We have trained them. We want to save them from poverty. We underestimate their potential, we underestimate their tenacity, we underestimate their innovative minds. We don't invest in them. We don't invest. Some people, I'm not saying everybody, but I'm just thinking about this. We're having a discussion about this situation. We underestimate them and we make them lazy. Because at the end of the day, Washako will share 20,000 is going to be in his account, in your brother's account, in your nephew's account at the end of the month. We have decided to carry family problems, we African diaspora, because we know how hard it is back home, especially if you're Nigerian. You know how difficult it is, closed border and everything. I'm not doing this video to blame we that we are here. It's normal human behavior. You love your family, you want to help them. You understand? So the thing is this, we have carried family problem, and once about family problem, say, they finish. Human problem, they finish. So let us assume that maybe you didn't have the opportunity, or most of us didn't have the opportunity to come to abroad. We're not in diaspora, maybe we're still stuck in Nigeria, and all these family problems, they are springing their head left, right, center. In the same Nigeria, won't we still solve those same family problems in that same Nigeria? Won't we cut our coats according to our size? Some of us want to be saviors of the family. Molet born America, molet born New York. My born, you want to be saviors of your family. Then you now carry problem. We don't pass now. Can you press your neck? Now all of us we are here complaining because we don't carry problem. We pass us. So the issue of working all your lives abroad, sending back home money home is a sensitive topic. I don't like discussing about this issue a lot, but a lot of people are like, hey, you want me to abandon my father? My mother carried me for 9 months. I cannot this is not about abandoning them. It's a very, very sensitive topic. I try to stay away from it because I don't want to make you hostile. I don't want to start thinking that, how this years, Otoni, and so like I'm saying the right thing. I don't really suffer for these people. I'm not going to do anymore. So I'm not doing this video for that. It's a sensitive topic, especially for we women, right? I'm not saying you should abandon them. I'm not saying you should hate them. I beg. My hand no dey there. We're just having a discussion. We're having a conversation. I beg, do not misquote what I am saying. We women, we're very sensitive, we're very emotional, we're very empathetic. This issue of being broke all your life, you stay abroad all your life, you're down, it affects women a lot, and I'm sure it affects men a lot. But the thing is there are some men, maybe say they have strong mind. Maybe their family don't frustrate them, their family don't show them pepper, their family is entitled, they've taken it for granted for years. They can some men can cut their family off, and just like that, they don't think twice. They will just cut them off. They won't speak with them again. But we women, we can't do it. It is not our nature to abandon people we love. You understand? We naturally most women naturally want to help everybody. We are nurturers by nature. We can't just change. It's not a switch. We can't switch it off. Right? And that is why most women, sometimes when your parents are old, it's most women that they are constantly thinking, I want to go home, I want to take up my aged parents, I want to do this. We are nurturers by nature, so we tend to carry family problems a lot. Some people will enter, they will get married to another man, they won't focus on their immediate present family and their children. They'll be carrying extended family's problem in abroad on your head. It is our nature. We can't change it. We always put everyone else first ahead of ourselves. That is just the nature of a woman. And the thing is I have had the opportunity, I have met matured African women, Nigerian women, advanced women, some of them in their late 40s, in their late 50s, very hardworking women. They wake up 6 o'clock, they finish 10 o'clock, very hardworking, tenacious. And some of them I go to them for advice. Some of them are my mentors. They give me the secret of elderly people, the secret of their gray hair. They will we have conversations about it, about these situations like this, yeah. And they all say the same thing. All this advancement, they say the same thing. They were working in their 20s when they had the opportunity to come abroad. They were working so hard. They were grafting. Back to back to support family members, support their sister, their niece, their nephew. They were supporting people back home that they forgot to get married. Time just went. They don't remember say they got married. They forgot to have kids. They didn't have children. They were carrying family problems. Oh, my sister, aburo me, my sister just had a baby. Oh, my sister, my niece, their school fees. Oh, this one, that one. They were carrying family problems. They forgot to get married. And it happens to men as well. You forget to marry, you forget to build your own life. Sometimes we talk about, Africans in diaspora being broke. That is like the financial aspect. There is a mental aspect. You're broken mentally, you're broken physically. Want to share share? They are broken physically. You have a bad back because of your job. You're working overtime because of your family members in Nigeria. You've got a bad back, you've got a bad knee, a bad leg. Gray hair don't fool your hair because work, family problem, they finish, Africa's diaspora, they're not just broke financially. There's a lot. You work so much that in your old age, you don't even have friends. You're not connected to anybody. You have no sense of community. the thing is this, I cannot blame people back home and say they are entitled. We have trained them to be entitled. We have trained them to be receivers and not givers. How you go send money to somebody, the person cannot call you to say thank you. You have to call the person, pay show TV. Every month you are calling the person. You are training the person to be receiver. You are training the person to be ungrateful. You are training the person to be entitled. If the person cannot call you, pay and share, they can't even. And next month again, you still send. We are training them. We are not God. We cannot solve all the problems on this planet. We're not God. And we constantly give them the wrong impression. We give the impression like we are plucking money from trees. Have you seen some of our people go home during Christmas? They will spend money when they want to do party. They will live lavish like Father Christmas. They spend and spend. And then you say your families they are entitled. You're giving them the wrong impression. You tell them, oh, I'm doing cleaning, yet you're spending thousands and thousands and thousands. I say, I'm not saying you know, if one goes home in Nigeria during Christmas and flex, this is your money. I mean, I'm not trying to tell people what to do with their money. It's your money, you can do as you like. But the thing is this, we don't tell these people the truth. We constantly act big, like big madam, big organ on Facebook. We give them the impression that they can, like, you have an endless source of income because you are abroad, and then we wonder why they won't finish you now. They won't finish us with a family problem, whether it's a real one or imaginary problem. We don't know. I have seen women struggling with their kids. You go to some people's house during winter, their house you go they freeze. Yes, these people are putting some people on salary in Nigeria. You're struggling with your kids. You cannot buy new things. You can't buy clothes on sale, clearance, and everything. And charity. Yet, when they want to do wedding, now you go contribute 500,000 naira. When they want to do burial, now you go contribute large chunk because you are in London. Contributing for big weddings, big this one, big that one. I'm not saying you shouldn't too, but what is the impression you are giving these people that is making them entitled? Putting people on salary. You understand what I'm saying? The thing is this, I got an advice from one of, my mentors. She's a very advanced woman and I respect her opinion. She gave me one advice. She said, always put yourself first. Always pay yourself first. And that is the advice they give entrepreneurs. Let's say you're earning 1,500 a month or 1,700, 1,800, whatever you're earning a month, and at the end of the month you've paid your bills, you've paid your insurance, you've done everything. Think about yourself first, your future, your retirement. Plan yourself, have financial knowledge, be financially literate. Plan your life first, have a savings. What am I going to do in the next 10 years? Am I going to build a house? Have that plan first. Pay yourself first. Entrepreneurs, they will tell them, pay yourself first before you pay any worker, any staff. Pay yourself first. Invest in your future first before you have. It's not possible for us to abandon family problems. We cannot abandon people in Nigeria. The way Nigeria is, or the way Africa is. If people in diaspora don't send money home, the country is going to go bankrupt. There's nothing happening that, so we cannot abandon them. But pay yourself first. Invest in your future first. Then what is left, you can now send it to them out of the generosity of your heart. If you cannot meet all of them this month, give some people this month, maybe another batch next month, so that in 10 years time, in 20 years time, you're not sitting there, you're not biting your finger with gray hair saying, where did all this time go? You need to pay yourself first. Consider yourself first. Consider your children's future first. So that in the future there's no resentment. You are not resenting them. Say, pay yourself first. That is the advice one of my very good mentors. That's what she gave it to me. She herself, she was caught up in this trap of putting people before herself. She did it for almost 20 years. Then she woke up and realized that, man, I'm getting old, I'm getting gray hair. What is my retirement plan? And that's the advice she has passed to me that I'm sharing with you guys. And like I always say, family problem, they ever finish. We are not God. We cannot solve everybody's problem. But out of love, we do what we can do. Anyway, I don't want to go on too long on this video. I hope you've enjoyed I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Smash that subscribe button, smash the like button so it can go up. Smash it, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video. And until next time, bye guys.